How's it going, folks? Welcome to a brand new episode of The Ravens Flock.
Once more, we arrive from the ashes, exploding not unlike a political rally, to bring you news and power.
Indeed, folks. Thank you very much for joining us on this special episode of The Ravens Flock. I'm one of your hosts over here. I'm Juan Arouse, one of the heads of The Ravens Flock, the tech guru of the team. I'm the guy keeping everything together in terms of the cameras, the microphones, all this good jazz. Joining me via remote location via Zoom is the host of Los Amigos Play, a man with a million opinions and zero apologies, the living it of the Ravens Flock. Folks, give it up for Mr. Angel Mendez.
Hello, everyone. Thank you kindly once more for taking the time to check us out and listen to what we have to say. I hope that you enjoy the project as much as we enjoy making it for you.
Now, you're probably wondering why we're set up in such a strange manner over here. Jose Casabona, the head of the Ravens Flock, he's currently in the hospital right now. Literally an hour before we had to we got started over here. We had to rush Jose to the ER. He's going to be okay. He's a tough guy, but any support, any words of encouragement that you can send our way or send towards him, if you're personal friends with him on his personal social sites, I'm sure he would appreciate. But suffice to say, Jose is not able to be on here right this second. He's currently, like I said, he's currently in the hospital, but he's going to be all right. But like I said, folks, if you can send Jose some love, we'll appreciate it a lot, folks. And much like our channels, much like our usual programming over here, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the lower right hand corner to stay up to date on all of our content. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we go live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker by hitting the join button down here on our YouTube channel. For only $4.99 a month, you get access to all of the special perks that comes with being a member. This is usually where Jose would sign it over to me, and I say, for all the inner flockers we have in our chat, and I know we have plenty, be sure to show off those lovely custom emojis and membership badges that we made just for you. You also get access to members first and members only content and special discounts to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite Motley Crue nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback on how to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and your needs. It's tough doing the intro and all that stuff when it's just me and Jose's not bouncing it off and Angel's not bouncing it off with us. But Angel's right here and we're going to be okay.
Yes, we will survive, just as Joe will survive. Fear not, for I know deep in my heart my brother is made of far sterner stuff than mere flesh and blood. For even though he may not be with us, he is still the bold, big, black, beanied, bespectacled, beautiful, badass bastard, and I will add as many B's as it takes for him to get out of that ER once again in good spirits and in good health.
Appreciate it there. Thanks, Angel, and I know...
Bullshit! Another B just in case.
What? No, I'm pretty sure Jose will appreciate that. Speaking of which, I'm going ahead and saying hello to the folks that we have on our YouTube chat. Nikki Bella holding it down for our mod squad. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you so much.
We got Project Metal Music in the chat. Idia Shroud in the chat, our newest inner flocker. That's right. She's still our newest. Lorraine Lamore here. Aaron Cooper in the chat. And Jen Pearson up in the chat as well. Thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate every single one of you fine folks. Now, you're probably, now, since we're giving everybody the update on Jose over here on his unfortunate segue here. This is literally just a detour as far as he's concerned. But he's actually been doing the smart thing. He's been staying off of social media for the most part because this week has been a hilarious catastrophe. But I'm sure Jose would also want to first wish everyone happy belated 4th of July if you decided to celebrate or shoot off fireworks or whatever. Or if you're an evolved American patriot and instead of doing fireworks, you got yourself an army of LED drones that shoot off holograms, and you lay off an awesome light show that include the chase of Paul Revere running around, and then you have like the actual like signing of the Declaration or whatever. Just make a Nicolas Cage with a tube in his hand. That's where you put it in National Treasure. I don't know.
Listen, proper Americans do firework. Weak Americans do fireworks. Strong Americans pull out guns and fire. Really strong Americans set up an army of drones, fly to an indigenous uninhabited island, and proceed to terrorize the natives by inventing 3 different kinds of religion.
Oh no! Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes! I will make Shenron, and I will introduce an obscure tribe of Brazil to Dragon Ball.
You will become a god to them. You're gonna need to make sure that if you do that, that you actually have your drones set up with loudspeakers that and a Zoom call like, "I am the eternal dragon. Worship me, and I shall grant your wish." Oh my God.
First order of business: we will double human sacrifice rates.
Go, for fuck's sake, Angel. There goes the F-bomb. No, we appreciate that, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, we had to lighten the mood over here somehow. But yeah, no, Jose was smart, and he stayed off of a lot of the social media sites this week, because the day after the 4th of July, July 5th, we had ourselves the biggest little piece of news in the world of social media in a while. The game has changed, son of Musk.
Oh, yes.
Just in case. A brand new social media app, which is more of an extension of Instagram than its own independent app, called Threads, has made its worldwide debut, except for the European Union, because they're still trying to work out the privacy laws and all that stuff over there. So suck it, Euros!
Yeah, the UK may exist, but your country doesn't. What do you mean, Europe? All of Europe doesn't exist.
As far as the rollout of Instagram Threads is concerned. Now, I'm not gonna lie, since we actually know for a fact what's been going on in terms of the catastrophes of the comedy of Twitter ever since Elon Musk bought it last year.
And what a comedy has been. A comedy of errors.
Yeah. And most of those errors basically boil down to, I am the smartest baby dick rocket man who ever live. I am the smartest man. And no one can ever tell me I am wrong. What do you mean to firing 75% of my workforce won't have any possible bad consequences? Nothing can go wrong. I am the smartest baby dick rocket man. Everyone should let me have this, give them my sperm to populate Mars with my glory. Well, what happens is if you fire over nearly 75% of your workforce, they find work elsewhere.
Nah, you'll be fine, Joe. Glug, 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 glug,
glug, glug, glug, indeed. Also, Lisa Boo, hey up there, Lisa Boo. Thank you very much for joining in. Welcome to the Ravens flock. Wait, y'all, who won the fight? What do you mean? Which fight are you talking about, Idiot Shroud? Are you
which fight?
Yeah, are you referring to when we were doing the wrestling stream, or what's up? Because
that was fun.
Because that was last week over here. You guys can view our watch party if that's the case. But if we're talking about the fight between Threads and Twitter that began this Wednesday, that fight has barely just begun. I
kind of missed most of that fight. The only fight I was concentrated was the YouTube fight, which apparently was called Creator Clash, which recently hit the news by actually being such a massive failure. It lost money. They were unable to donate anything to charity.
What?
I'm not kidding. It was such a lackluster shit show that after the equally lackluster fight with, what was his name again? iDubbbz, the other laughing stock of the internet. Not only did he basically got lambasted by everybody, the show was so lackluster, it lost $250K.
Oh my freaking God. You gotta be kidding me.
Incredible.
Oh my freaking God. But that was back in April though. That was the last time there was a Creator Clash.
This is what happened recently. Yeah, they just released the news saying that, yeah, no, it was a huge waste of money and time.
Good freaking God. Wait, and this shit happened here in Tampa?
I know. What the hell?
No wonder. No wonder it failed. If I'm not able to freaking follow along with it in my own hometown, that's a problem, people. Good God.
To be fair, though, what is YouTuber number 3,585 doing outside of YouTubing doesn't really enter the social sphere of most people's, awareness. Most of the time when we hear a creator news is usually they did something really good or they did something really bad.
Really stupid. Yeah, you're not wrong, and that's usually what it boils down to there. Now, I actually want to show folks how insane this rollout has been in terms of the debut of Instagram Threads. But I've got to actually pull up a thingy. Give me 5 seconds, not literally. And there. Okay, get ready to lose your marbles here. According to this fine article from The Guardian, yeah.
Oh, no.
Threads actually rolled out, and it started off with 5 million new users in its very first hours. I guess it was smart that they tied the initial rollout on it directly with your Instagram account.
I mean, that is a pretty good, smart idea. So this is called Meta's Twitter rival Threads, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Yeah, the headliner, Threads app. Instagram owners, this Twitter rival logs 5 million users in first hours. Let's see. Meta's rival, Twitter rival, Threads logged 5 million signups in its first 4 hours of operation, according to the Zuck. According to CEO Mark Zuckerberg, as the company seeks to woo users from Elon Musk's troubled platform through an offer of lengthier posts, a handful of celebrity backers, and a strong resemblance to his competitor. Let me put it this way, Angel. Do you know what the regular limit for a regular tweet is?
I forgot. Is it 60 characters?
What? No.
What is it?
It's like
600?
280.
That's it? That seems awfully small.
Guess what it is for Threads?
How much?
500.
Huh. Wow.
No extra charge. And you literally get double the tweeting space, the threading space, if you would.
It's amazing how all you have to do is hey guys, here's a small quality of life update just in time for your current platform to crap itself. We did predict this a few years ago. Once again, we predict things. The freaking Apollo with the gift of prophecy, ready to swing the ball at our heads. I believe it was somewhere on the second episode we did after Elon Musk's ill-fated purchase. Oh. We said that once a rival for Twitter would show up, they don't have to do anything too much better than Twitter. They just have to do slightly better as Twitter becomes increasingly worse. And I don't know how long ago that was. When did Musk buy the platform again? When did that happen? Okay, so 1 year from now, lo and behold, we have been proven right. How's that?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Not even a full year since the Musk man went ahead and bought Twitter for $44 billion. He overpaid even then.
Too much. Way too much for nothing. But no, honestly, even if he makes that much more.
Let that sink in. No, you fucking moron.
Well, the sink and the bill came in. And even if he makes that money back in 24 hours, that's still $44 billion. That is a huge expenditure of money. By the way, is there any reason why Twitter is going through these bizarre changes right now, including the fact that they're planning to disable Twitter Circles of all things?
It's simple. Number one, this moron hasn't made that money back at all, not by a long shot. Even if he were to take the entirety of the Twitter user base and force them to go on to Twitter Blue, which will give him $8 a month, even if everyone on Twitter was paying $8 a month to tweet, he still won't make that money back at all, not for a long-ass time. And he's courting the lowest of the low in terms of advertisers, because everyone who sees the kind of stupidity that he's been pushing with, I'm going to make sure that everyone who doesn't have a child shouldn't be allowed to vote. I am the smartest man on the planet. My word is gospel. People see that and That's the fucking owner of this platform.
The best part
How
is that
about
you can
no?
never tell. You can tell that no, he's not joking. This is actually what he's saying.
It's. I wish I could make that up.
This man is insane, and he has too much money to be stopped.
And what do you call it? Idia Shroud actually was asking what fight she was talking about. Oh, and she was talking about the fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. It got canceled, and here's the actual here's an actual article explaining why. Elon Musk's mommy says he's not allowed to cage fight. It's literally like, I would fight you because I'm the toughest man that is, but my mommy says I'm not allowed to.
So Zuckerberg decided to go, okay, fine. I may not be able to fight you, but I'm still swinging at you. Here's Threads, motherfucker.
Yep. Pretty much. Like
he's still swinging.
The thing is that Threads had been in the wheelhouse for a while now, at least. Now, so it doesn't take a lot to actually put it together if you're using folks who have already been part of the original Twitter staff, who are like, well, we know how to design Twitter. Let's help you design Threads so that it works the same way, just not identical.
So that's basically what they did. Yo, dog, this assignment is ass. Copy the homework, but do it better. It's the opposite.
Pretty much. And yeah, no, like I'm reading off that article that I'm sharing from The Bite about the canceled fight, just so we can get a nice little tickle my taint over here for a minute. What started out as a childish gauntlet throwing by two of the world's wealthiest billionaires, or less, has turned into a full-blown schoolyard crisis, tantrums and all. Last week, SpaceX and
That's a pretty good description, actually.
Yep. Last week, Elon Musk challenged Mark Zuckerberg to a billionaire versus billionaire brawl in the octagon, a cage match of two middle-aged men, only one of whom seems to have much experience with human combat. Which one was that? Oh God! Video emerges of Mark Zuckerberg getting beat down. Oh shit!
What did he do?
Wow. Oh my God, there was a video of that. Okay. But now Musk's mother, May Musk, had chimed in to decry the idea of her precious son getting bruised by the jiu-jitsu white belt Zuckerberg.
That's the fact that Mark Zuckerberg actually knows how to fight. Which means, okay, let's be honest, it was going to be a complete curb stomp on the side of Zuck. But okay, I don't know you, but the thought of Mark Zuckerberg in all his human imitation glory, walking onto the ring and striking a fucking fighting pose fills me with a primal terror, not unlike the first caveman that saw a corpse.
Yeah, no, it's godless catastrophe, isn't it?
It's like looking at something that should not be, like idolatry of the human form, and he knows Kung Fu. Run!
Like, how much Kung Fu? Not a lot. But it's still more than you. Oh, shit.
That's terrifying. We live in a society where Mark Zuckerberg can do a roundhouse kick.
Like, the actual quote over here, oh my freaking God. Don't encourage this match, she tweeted at podcaster Lex Fridman last week, supplementing her tweet with two angry face emojis. Actually, I canceled the fight. I haven't told them yet, but I will continue to say the fight is canceled just in case. Oh my fucking God.
Wow.
So.
How ironic. And yet somewhat fitting that even the stroke is honest. Okay, I'm not gonna bad for the man, but it's honestly kind of adorable that even the richest, most powerful businessman in the world still has to go, yes, Mom. I love you, Mom. I'm not gonna get into a fight with the other billionaire, Mom. Okay, Mom, I'm doing it, but only because... No, Mom, I don't have to pick up my room. I have people to clean my room for me. What do you mean they're not... Mom! Mom! I'm in my 40s. I don't need this right now.
Actually, he's closer to 50s, isn't he?
Mom, I am already this close age because I've used money for blood.
Oh, God. It took me half a second to freaking... Oh, my God. Oh, my...
He got it. But yeah, no, it was a pretty hilarious anticlimax. I still wish we had a fight, but I am mildly satisfied with this result.
It's hilarious. It's so stupid, but at the same time, it's one of those stupids that I can deal with because that's just egos shitting on each other for no good reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
like I know there's no real good reason to be like, oh, woe is me, how dare we how dare you take joy out of the suffering or the ill fates of multi-billionaires. Let's put it this way. There's an old saying. There's no ethical way to become a billionaire under capitalism. So I'm sorry, the guy is an asshole, and so is Zuckerberg. You don't believe me? Ask like freaking what's his face, Jesse Eisenberg, who played him in the Social Network.
Yeah.
Who
There
played?
is exactly one ethical way to become a millionaire, and that is if you win the lottery. And that's not even a way, that's just pure luck.
That is pure luck, and it's fucking it's one in a fucking billion when it comes to
Yeah.
actually trying to actually trying to like save that money. No, forget it. Don't even try. Don't even try.
Just give up.
I even
Give up,
I
buy
remember how
something
there was
expensive, and ruin
I
your
rem-
life like the rest of us.
I remember how there was a guy who was doing it was this video from Steve Shives. He's like, okay, let's put it this way. Go ahead and take a take your your career savings. Don't spend any money for the first 20 years of your career, or retire at 60. Then take all that money that you've saved, travel back in time to the dawn of time, until like where the first banking systems like where the first modern American bank is set up, and deposit your money there with accruing savings and everything, and then travel back to your own time. You've acquired about $64 million, right?
Didn't we have a
Congratulations.
movie about this with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We did! Time Cop!
Oh,
Remember
God, it is
Time Cop?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is Time Cop.
He
And
literally started with a dude like hijacking a gold. Well, it wasn't the exact same thing, but it literally started with a criminal hijacking a federal convoy and stealing their gold with two highly advanced machine guns. And they're like, no, we got to stop that shit from happening. Also, I think Alan Rickman was there too.
I think you're right. We'll look that up sometime over here. But like the punchline on that is like, okay, you've had it accruing for like 300 years or whatever, and you have like $64 million. Congratulations, you are 0.1% as wealthy as Elon Musk.
Congratulations. That is still more than enough to live comfortably without working a single day in your life.
And that's if you did it ethically.
Yep.
Good
Now,
God. Like, as a matter of fact,
bizarre and sorry.
so I was gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
like, as a matter of fact, as far as the whole thing with Threads is concerned, the BBC was kind enough to create a little chart over here, just so folks can follow along. Why is it not going over here? Oh, it's on. I have it on the wrong page, don't I? Give me a second. Oh, here's
Take
where-
your time.
This is what happens when I'm not paying attention. I'm listening to you, and I'm trying to do my own brain stuff at the same time.
This is what happens when Joe isn't here for us to dump all the unnecessary work on. God damn it, Joe. Once again, somehow, this is all your fault.
No, it's not his fault. Joe's fine. We love him.
No, he's fine, but he's not fine because I will never forgive him for this.
You dork. God damn it. All right, so this was the, where is it, BBC chart over here. And just to follow along, and thank you, Andy Signor, for showing it to me when it
Thanks,
launched,
Andy.
when he covered very briefly on Thursday. Like I said, 280 characters on Twitter as opposed to 500 on Threads. They both give you website links and photos. You get longer videos if you post them on Threads. On Twitter, you can only put up videos for 2 minutes and 20 seconds, right? And
That's right.
and Threads gives you 5 minutes. You get automatic verification through your Instagram if you're already verified through Instagram, whereas you have to pay for verification on Twitter. You get to delete. You still don't get to edit, which neither of them get to do, except if you pay for Twitter Blue. There's still no direct messaging or trending stories or hashtags yet on Threads, but that doesn't mean that they won't be working on that. Basically, every one of these features, where it includes tweet editing and verification, all that, those are the pay-to-play benefits you get off of being on Twitter Blue for $8 a month. Because the Space Baby Dick Rocket Man burned $44 billion and he needs to back out of your pockets, people. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. What the hell? Oh, Lorraine is saying, did you notice the photo of Zuck looks like his eyes are black, no color around the irises? Isn't that so weird? That is bizarre.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the man looks less like a human every single time we see him. He's like, you know that bad guy, what was his name? The giant roach from Men in Black?
Yeah, Edgar.
Edgar. Had that as the movie goes on, the skin that he's wearing starts to slowly decay and become sickly pale and sag in places, and his eyes begin to discolor until eventually he doesn't look like a person. He looks like a flesh puppet with like decayed epidermis. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, no, I see it. As a matter of fact, there's where is it? Here's the best example. But this is from 2 years ago, but it still makes sense. A picture of Mark Zuckerberg next to Lieutenant Commander Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation. I rest my case. They're nearly
Data
identical.
looks slightly healthier.
I know, except Data has yellow robot, like android eyes, and Mark Zuckerberg's eyes do look blue here. But the photo I think that Lorraine Lamore is referring to was when he was talking to Congress, and his irises were a little bit wider, and that makes his eyes look dark, look like there's nothing there, but there's still blue iris if you actually see it in full high definition there. So I get what you mean, but yeah, it's still okay. So we have a battle between a lifeless android that might be scraping our data versus the space baby dick rocket man, who is definitely scraping our
data.
And
like, bro,
he's a cheap
what
ass.
are you even gonna find on that data? I got way too much weird shit on my timeline. What are you gonna find on my data? 3,000 pages of weird hentai references? What are you gonna do with that?
Funny you should mention that. There's actually a legitimate concern. Why is this stuttering over here? What in the world is going on? Is it because I have too much shit up? Give me a second.
You're right.
Oh yeah, no, I'm okay. Let me just close one thing. That should help. All right, like there's actually one very legitimate concern as far as the new Threads app is concerned in terms of people using it. But give me 2 seconds here. Now, I'm sure you're aware, and and that plenty of folks on the internet also perform in terms of adult entertainment and adult services. So
yes.
And so, like any entrepreneur who, with whatever varying degrees of interaction with their fan base in terms of adult entertainment or adult product, a lot of them choose to use anonymity in the forms of aliases, nicknames, stage names, if you would,
that makes perfect sense.
For their performance. However, Threads doesn't quite have that idea locked down yet. Case in point was brought up over here, go figure, on Twitter from a adult performer, and I'm going to actually show you guys the Twitter thread for this. This is from a lady named Mistress Matisse. If you're a sex worker, think very carefully about joining Threads, because here's what Mark Zuckerberg did to me. I had a Facebook account as Mistress Matisse, but Facebook scraped my legal name from somewhere else and then changed my display name on my account without notice or consent. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're doing pretty much they're saying pretty openly that they will do it again if they want to. So it is entirely possible that you could have your legal name hitched to your work name forever in Meta's files, and that's not good.
So those whom we thought that there would be a good alternative, it proceeds to turn around and shoot itself in the foot. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I expected nothing else.
At least as far as folks who use stage names for their work. It doesn't even have to be for folks who are in the adult business. There's plenty of other entertainers who also use stage names over here. The last part of her
voice actors, YouTube actors, web producers,
right?
Web page designers, or just straight up random people that want to not put their goddamn names on a social media platform. Remember how so many years ago the main idea was, yo, dog, don't put all your information online. Somebody could take advantage of it. And how quickly that shit devolved into, oh yeah, no problem. Here's my name, my address, my age, all my loving relationships, and a list of my worst fears. Would you like my social security number to go with that?
I take a risk anytime I have to measure my blood sugar because I use a glucose monitoring app that literally measures my blood sugar. I have to prick my thumb and scan it into a little strip, and it scans into a little dongle that I plug up to my phone. And so these guys, like, obviously they only use their stuff for medical purposes, but it would only take the right amount of legislation, the right amount of wheel greasing with moolah from a soulless advertising company like Meta to say, you know what? Let's get in on the blood sugar business. Let's get people's blood and their DNA. Oh, hey, people are willingly putting up samples of their DNA to find out how Caucasian they may be, or how Indian American, or how Asian they might be. Let's get in on that. Let's sponsor some of that. And in exchange, we also have access to their DNA files forever. But let's help sponsor that.
Listen, this will not be a problem until we invent cloning technology, which, as we know, does not even exist.
Yet.
In fact, we have never invented cloning of any ever living being. We have never in the history of humanity cloned anything, ever, which means that this will never be a problem, ever. Also, there's this fellow called Oppenheimer. He keeps talking to me about a project for the next World War or some shit. It's probably not important either.
Yeah, no, that's probably not important either. But no, you're right, Angel. We have never, ever once cloned anything. Ever.
In history.
Ever in
because
history.
We care about ethics and morals and science.
Yep, we didn't do anything on July 5th, 1996 in Scotland.
Nah, that's stupid. Stop asking questions. Consume.
I just showed Dolly the sheep this whole fucking time.
What are you talking about? Listen, that's a sheep. All sheep look the same, okay? You cannot possibly tell me that's a clone. It just happens to look exactly like her mom and have the exact same DNA and the exact same coding sequence, and it took absolutely no difficulty to do this at all. Fuck.
Get real!
Oh yeah, no. Shit is old. Like, I understand for medical purposes, we gotta put that information there because, you know, we need your health and we need to be updated, and doctors need that information as quickly as possible in case of unexpected factors. But let's not lie to ourselves. Dropping that much information about the very map that makes your flesh and blood cannot possibly not be used for something sinister in the future. So when the war finally starts and I find myself in the battlefield fighting like 25 different versions of you with like extra arms or bone spikes or poison teeth or some shit, I'd be like, I should have force-fed you that cheesecake.
Nah, you're.
This is all completely hypothetical, of course.
Nah,
It'll be fine, though. It'll be fine, though.
No, we're not. I'm not pointing out les enfants terribles at all, am I? An
That's
entire science fiction, military, high-speed espionage action with cloning as one of the key elements to it. That's not freaking reality. That's on its way. Oh, what's her face? Also, Carrie C is in the chat. Hey, up there, Carrie C.
Hello,
welcome.
Carrie.
And the
How
Struggler
you
as well. Welcome to the
Hello,
Ravens
my
Club,
dude.
like I said. Oh, which photo? Oh, the photo I showed of Zuckerberg and Congress. Yeah. Edgar was funny. He looks weird, says Aaron Cooper. The evil snickering from Edith Shroud. Yep. Man,
you don't have to panic about Metal Gear, dude. After all, Hideo Kojima is notoriously known for never, ever predicting the future. Ever.
Never. So let's see.
Ever.
I wonder, I really hope Death Stranding 2 is totally entertaining and not prescient at all.
He's actually trying to put the creation. He's actually pushing the date of development back because he's afraid that if he makes another game, the future's gonna get worse.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you're right.
He'll be like, what? Maybe I should make like a happy, hopeful game about, you know, like overcoming the difficulties. But wait, if I have to make a game about it, there has to be a conflict. There has to be a difficulty to overcome. Ah, crap.
Nope.
Somehow he invents an even worse version of COVID.
Should we have connected?
Should we have connected? The fact, man, The fact that
Man.
even now people are questioning the after effects of that COVID scandal and the horrible, horrible consequences he had in our society. There is no way. I like to think he doesn't predict this stuff. I just like to think he's very unlucky.
Oh God! Like this is what he gets for trying to just want to transform the genre of video games into something that could be more inspiring for people in their day-to-day lives. Folks, like, you think that it's bad now. It got worse. Would you like to see and hear how stupid this entire situation between Threads and Twitter has gotten?
Please do.
Now, I made no I made no jokes on no, I made no exaggeration on how the situation with basically having a bunch of folks who used to work on at Twitter who were fired by Elon Musk because, well, I can run this with only 25% of my workforce. What do you mean that I shouldn't have that my cloud services with Google isn't running for free? I'm the
We forgot to renew the contract, sir.
Well, I want all the data from the Google clouds over here now. We're working as fast as we can. I want you to work with the strength of 4 men. We had the strength of 4 men. It's called having the other 75% of our workforce. They weren't just laying around. They were doing shit.
Meanwhile, those people who just got fired are walking out like, shit, man, what am I going to do now? And an actual UFO appears and Zuckerberg's pallid countenance descends from the heavens and going, you need a job, Fram?
Would you sure like a job?
Would you desire a job? I love how just society in general has decided that Zuckerberg and Elon are both completely different, but they share one thing in common. They cannot possibly be human. I refuse to believe there is a human being in there. That is a goddamn replicant.
I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is like a weird space bioroid or something that he's trying to like impregnate all of Earth's women.
He's a scroll.
Oh God, he is a scroll.
The not so secret invention.
The not so secret invasion. He impersonates.
And yes, Struggler, what are you talking about? Literally nothing happened in September 11, 2001, right before the release of MGS2.
Oh God, you're not wrong. Lorraine saying
one
that twins and triplets are clones. Kind of. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, a triplet and a twin is a natural clone. It's not done on purpose. It just kind of happens by sheer happenstance, because even now, in society's highly advanced scientific future, we are still somehow victims of the chaotic whim of the universe. People don't plan to have twins and triplets. On one hand, if a person decided to do it and we had the technology to do it, I don't see why not. See, this is where the whole eugenics thing becomes a gray area. Because on one hand, you don't want to start messing around with the human genome. But on the other hand, consider the following. Mr. Arouse, it is me, your doctor. I just finished talking to your wife. Congratulations, you are about to have a child.
Yay! I am happy to hear this news.
Unfortunately, due to your family's history, I must let you know that it is very likely your child will develop horrible health complications in the future. Would you like me to literally change his DNA to make him immune to all disease?
I would like to just have my child have this disease fixed up, pretty please and thank you.
Okay, then I will make him immune to this specific disease. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And you walk out of there going, this is good. I am a reasonable man. But for every one of you, there's like 3 couples going, yes, make my child Captain America.
No, worse, no, Angel. They'll say like, yes, make my child Khan Noonien Singh from Star Trek. Make him Ricardo Benedicardo Montalbach. There we go.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, from a reasonable standpoint, if you could make your children healthier, stronger, and smarter, and basically guarantee them a better future, most parents would see the reason in that. But you know that at one point, someone out there is going to take it too far and basically go, yes, build me make me a Kryptonian. I want my wife to give birth to the next Henry Cavill.
But
you say Kryptonian. I know what I said.
Like, the difference actually, like, the actual difference between twins and a clone is that a twin is a result of splitting one egg into 2 equal parts, whereas clones are derived from a single foreign egg implanted with the DNA of the donor. So there is specific differences on there.
Yep. But that aside, going back to it, what exactly is going on? You were mentioning something about what's going on between Meta and Twitter right now, the actual difference-wise.
Yep.
So we got a bunch of dudes that used to work on Twitter who were hired for Meta, and their job is literally, okay, make Twitter, but slightly better. Not too much better, just slightly better. That's all you need.
Okay. Yeah. Elon Musk has basically gone on record saying, "Oh, hey, like competition is healthy when it comes to stuff, but cheating is not healthy," says the guy who was totally cheating on his wife and stuff.
How is that cheating? They're literally just going, "Hey, you fire those guys. I'm just gonna hire those guys."
Well,
it's that simple.
According to the article I just shared on the chat of from the BBC, Twitter threatens legal actions over the new app. Twitter is considering legal action against Meta over its fast-growing rival app, Threads. Threads, which was launched to millions on Wednesday, is similar to Twitter and has been pitched by Meta's bosses as a friendly alternative. Twitter's Elon Musk said competition is fine, cheating is not. But Meta denied claims in a legal letter that ex-Twitter staff helped create Threads. More than 70 million people have signed up for the new app, according to Meta. Twitter has an estimated 350 million users, according to Statista. Now, according to an SEC filing from 2013, it took Twitter 4 years to build the same number of users that Threads gained in a day. Though Twitter grew its user base from scratch, while Threads was able to tap into pre-existing 2 billion monthly users, Meta says Instagram has. The look and feel of Threads are similar to those of Twitter, BBC News tech reporter James Clayton noted. He said the news feed and the reposting were incredibly familiar. But U.S. copyright laws does not protect ideas, so for Twitter to be successful in court, it would have to prove that its own intellectual property, such as programming code, was taken. And in 2012, Meta was granted a patent for, quote, communicating a news feed, the system that displays all the latest posts from when you use Facebook. And a move reported by news outlet Semaphore, Twitter attorney Alex Spiro sent a letter to Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg on Wednesday accusing Meta of, quote, systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property to create Threads.
Wow.
Thank you, Case.
That is adorable. So they would have to basically prove that you're using my code to program your website, even though the programmers that they hire would just have to go, yo, I changed the code there.
Pretty much, they would have to, but like, oh no, this is patently Twitter's code over here. How dare they? Specifically, Mr. Spiro alleged that Meta had hired dozens of former Twitter employees who, quote, had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information that ultimately helped Meta develop what he termed the copycat Threads app. Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights and demands that Meta take immediate steps to stop using any Twitter trade secrets or other highly confidential information, the letter says. Here's K-Storm over here. Popping in.
Hello, K-Storm. How are you doing today?
I am doing well, thank you, Angel. Last I checked, former employees of Anywhere, as soon as they become former employees, have their access to all resources from that company severed at point of termination. So Mr. Spiro is either lying through his teeth or Twitter fucked up, and either way, it's not on the employees. Because their access was severed.
No surprises there, and very likely that is the case. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I don't know anything about coding myself. I wish I did. But if there's one thing I know is that the majority of coders basically are shambling around trying to figure out what the hell they're doing. And most of the time, they are expected, nay, encouraged to use each other's coding, if only so they can figure out what the hell the other guy did. There is cases in certain parts that the coding is so complex and at the same time so stacked together, it results in completely unexpected side effects. Consider one of the things that K-Storm loves the most, the Oblivion series.
In one of the games... The Elder Scrolls series, yeah.
In the Oblivion games, I don't know if that is the exact game
Elder
or it was an
Scrolls
expansion. There is a particular, in the Oblivion expansion, there is a particular area where there is a single coconut. There is no reason for that coconut to be in that house. But if you go into the game's code and you remove that coconut, the entire game crashes.
What? Wait, which
Nobody knows
talking
how.
about Elder Scrolls Online, or what are you talking about?
I'm talking about an Elder Scrolls game, and I believe it's the Oblivion expansion, where deleting a certain fruit or food item from a specific house makes the entire game grind to a halt. Because somehow, to this day, for no reason, some of the code of the coconut reacts really weirdly with the rest of the code of the game, and if you take it out, it results in a bizarre chain reaction that the game makes the game go, oh, I guess I'm not operating right now, bye.
What the hell?
Yeah.
99 bugs in the code on the wall, 99 bugs in the code, fix the bug, recompile 299,847 bugs in the code on the wall.
Yeah. Seems
I
pretty
can't
sus
believe
indeed.
that Oblivion, one of the most famous Elder Scrolls games, is balanced precariously on a coconut.
Oh, many games do that. Not even Oblivion. Oblivion is just the most famous aspect of this, but there's quite a few games where the coding is a big combination of, okay, all this shit works, put it together, just make sure you do not change this color shader or the entire thing will crash. Also, do not move that one object. Also, do not clip that wall. Also, be really careful that this car drives in this specific pattern, because it takes a wrong turn, then it's going to fly 20,000 miles into the sky at the speed of sound. And then the game will crash.
Oh my!
There is a lot of, this is all holding together. Let's just make sure somebody isn't trying to speedrun it.
Oh my freaking God. You got to be shitting me.
It's great. Like, there's like a bunch of documentaries I read about the shortcuts that programmers have to take, because let's be honest, programming every single detail of a video game can be exhausting. So you gotta take shortcuts to get shit done. And sometimes that results in hilarious aspects of the game colliding with other games. Like, for example, all the way back in Capcom, the enemy juggling, which would eventually become the key aspect of the Devil May Cry series, was discovered completely by accident, and they didn't implement it at first because they found it when they were making Onimusha. They were not planning it, but they're like, oh yeah, no, if you change your attacks like this, you can just keep every enemy in the air and the whole game breaks. Whoops.
Brilliant. Oh my God, that's freaking terrifying, man. Let me take a look in the chat real quick. Let me see here. Edia Shroud, my guy, they were fired by Musk. Why he crying now? That's because he's crying that they're missing out on that he's missing out on being the only game in town. How am I supposed to monetize the only town square of the internet when I, the most intelligent and bestest specialist boy, cannot keep the corner on the market?
It's also awfully hypocritical of him to claim, yeah, dude, competition is good. It feeds innovation. Also, if you look anything like my business, I'm suing you. Really?
Yeah. No.
Come on, man. You can't tell me that you appreciate competition and then get angry when the competition uses the methods you use to win. This is like saying, I'm going to check your car in this race, and if you're using the same brand of gasoline that I produce, this race is now forfeit.
Like, that is such horse crap. But
sir,
when it comes
you fired your oil drillers. They're working for me now.
When it comes to actual NASCAR racing or Formula 1 racing, they actually have to keep a lot of stuff 100% standard. Same wheels, same gas, same all this stuff in order to keep the racing fair. At that point, it just becomes a matter of skill from the driver. And it's a matter of skill of the team who assembled themselves properly and all that stuff.
At that point, you realize that racing isn't about cars or sponsorships. It's not about racing, about honor. Are you ready to become a real race car driver?
Then sign that contract. Oh yeah,
sign that contract.
No, yeah. What was it? The damn thing he said. Hold on. All that matters is power and the unassailable might of money. So, are you ready to put away your toys and grow up? Are you ready to make more money
become a real race car driver?
Life? Are you ready to become a real race car driver? Then sign that contract. We're quoting Speed Racer. We're quoting the damn live action Speed Racer movie, which is so
I don't care
beautiful.
what the Wachowskis did before or what they do in the future. Best of luck. But that movie is, to this day, one of the most faithful live-action anime adaptations. And every single critic that shit on it deserves to burn in the 7th layer of hell. I do not
Indeed.
care. That movie was great, and I will defend it until the day I die.
Now put him down at 9. Let him freeze.
Oh, the ninth circle and let him freeze, says K-Storm. Oh, good God.
You know what? Yeah, that is the circle of pride, where the assholes who thought they were too good for this movie go.
But like it really is like the best and dumbest Saturday morning cartoon,
It's great.
the movie I've seen in my entire life.
It embraced everything, the cheesiness, the action, the drama, the foolish little comedy, the incredible hype on the final race, which somehow took live action to like, bro, that movie, that is where people should take lessons to do an adaptation from. Unashamedly proud of the source material. That's how you know it's good.
Have fun and be proud of where it comes from. What's her face?
Yeah.
Right at my favorite part, one of my favorite parts at the very end, where Speed and Trixie are about to celebrate with the only kiss they have in the entire movie. And what's his face? Spritle and Chip pop up and with like, warning. The following scene may not be suitable for for more cootie sensitive viewers. All dressed up like official doctors and shit. Freak! And they have as they kiss, all the flash bulbs turn into little hearts, which is corntastic, and I love it.
It's great because you gotta acknowledge the silly shit, because that way the serious shit comes up as way more powerful because of it.
Right? Like earlier
God damn
in
it,
the
that movie was so good, dude.
Earlier in the movie, Speed Racer, when he found out that what's his face, the guy, the Japanese dude that had basically tricked him to like work on his family's company and shit. What do we cut to him? Like, he's freaking racing and getting his anger out on the track, just like screaming his head off. Like, fuck this angry driving. He's actually a pissed off teenager driving like a pissed off teenager.
It's almost like he drives angry.
Oh my! Real quick, I gotta say hi to our boy Billy. Yours truly,
Billy!
In the chat. Hey, up there, man. How is he going? He's saying, "Is this a throwback to video calls on stream?" Anyways, hello. Gonna sleep. I wanted to stop by and
Close
say hi.
enough.
We appreciate you,
Thanks, Billy. As usual, your presence, no matter how brief, is always appreciated. Thanks, bro.
We do appreciate that. Pretty much simply put, Angel's at home. Jose's in the hospital. He's in the ER, but he's gonna be okay. And we're hoping that he's all right. Oh, great song. Thank you, Lorraine. Oh, I have some QA stories from old friend, says Struggler. And Aaron Cooper, don't pick up a duck in a dungeon. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, the duck story. Yeah, that was very funny, too.
Okay, so Struggler, I'm a real racist. Wait a minute. And Idiot Shroud, both Zuckerberg and Musk need to grow up.
The greatest racist movie of them all. Sorry, I'm afraid it's a little too late for that. When you have enough money, you no longer need to worry about maturity, because you can just throw money at the problem until it goes away, right until the point where the problem doesn't go away. But that's a fun story for another time.
Give me 5 seconds. I need to help on something real quick. I'll be right back.
Take your time. While Juan is handling that, I would like to let you guys know that I recently started watching Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Pretty funny so far. It's nice to check out the entire backstory of Gojo and Gero and how everything went to shit. I gotta be honest with you, I was kind of hoping they did this for Jujutsu Kaisen 0, because the movie was fun, it was good, but at 1.5 hours, it really goes through a lot of stuff really quickly. I was kind of hoping that, I had time to flesh out the characters, get to know Yuya a little more, that kind of thing. Overall, I still enjoyed it, make no mistake. I love the work that Mappa is doing for Jujutsu Kaisen. Awesome. But I'm really looking forward to the second season. So far, I can't help it. It feels like a good spiritual successor to Bleach, which is ironic because Bleach is still coming out with that 1,000-year war arc. Still doing pretty good on that one. I'm happy.
I appreciate it, Angel. K-Storm's back.
Sorry, I got distracted there talking about weeb shit. My bad.
You're just
We're
fine.
allowed to talk weeb
I
shit.
was being blind as a bat, so
it happens.
Juan had to help.
Appreciate it, K-Storm.
No
Love you, honey.
worries.
Point is, we're back, and I got no issues with Jujutsu Kaisen. like I'm actually looking forward to Jujutsu Kaisen myself. I wanted to actually get in on that because I got plenty of friends who were down with it. I need to actually get back on what's in the BBC article here. It's saying, quote, Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights and demands that Meta take immediately steps. Twitter reserves all rights, including but not limited to the right to seek both civil remedies and injunctive relief without further notice. BBC News, which has seen a copy of the letter, has contacted both Meta and Twitter for comment. Mr. Musk said competition is fine, cheating is not, in response to a post on Twitter that referred to the legal letter. On Threads, Meta spokesperson Andy Stone posted that, quote, no one on the Threads engineering team is a former Twitter employee. That's just not a thing.
Really?
It's like there's...
Really?
Not sure.
I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Where's my little salt? Here it is.
Thank you. Shake that back a little bit. Put some sodium on the circumstance.
2 grains of salt. 1 for Musk and 1 for the Zuck.
There.
God almighty. And yeah, Aaron Cooper is right, and so is Idiot Shroud over here. Musk and Zuckerberg, they need to grow the fuck up. Both of them. They really do. Zuckerberg's still acting like he's a college kid. And like, can you believe that folks are actually trying to crap on the guy because he's married to a rather plain-looking lady?
Yeah, I saw that one. I love the fact that when somebody tried to complain it, of all people, low-tier God actually came in with a good take saying, y'all never had a ride or die, and it shows.
God almighty. Like,
by the way, he's correct. She has been with him long before he became rich as hell. So, you know what? Ride or die indeed.
Yeah, props to that. Like, guy, like, bro, is it manly to be married to the mother of your children and to the love of your life?
Yeah.
Is that
besides, who cares if she's not a supermodel? To him, she's the most beautiful woman in the world. Is that not truly all that matters?
Is it not? Apparently, not according to these dumbasses who think being red-pilled means being that misogyny is cool. It's not.
Hey, good props to Strogler. Him and the GF are going through Mob Psycho 100 and they're about to start season 3. Congratulations. I love that show. Ooh. It was so good.
Oh, nice. Mob Psycho 100. Awesome. Holy shit. I need to get in on that. And yeah, Billy, we'll let Jose know. I'm pretty sure he's trying to stay. Off of the internet and everything, so that we can all focus on being on the show. He went ahead and said that we're okay with continuing on with the show, and we're looking forward to continuing here. Once Jose comes back, because we're definitely, like, one way or another, we're getting him back tomorrow. I will drag. I will drag his ass out.
I will use infernal necromancies and bring him out of the underworld if he dies. He's not getting away from the Subathon so easily. God damn it!
Not. God dang it! He is not.
He will not escape his fate.
Like, okay, so what if, like, if I think the fact of the matter is that Musk is jealous that he's gone through 3 wives since 2000, and Zuckerberg only has the one.
Yeah, hey, the dude only needs one.
Like, okay, listen, I understand. Like, I'm not gonna crap on anyone for not having good relationships and all, but the fact that Elon Musk couldn't make it work 3 times in a row. And his longest marriage was with his first wife, and that was for 8 years. His second was for 2, and his third wife was for 3 years.
Huh. Yeah. You know what? Maybe they didn't need to fight after all. Maybe Mark was already winning.
Yeah, exactly. Mark Zuckerberg's winning in the parts that matter, which is living a life with love in it. And apparently, Musk can't do that because he must have everyone worship him, and they must. Don't get me.
Imagine having all that money and not even able to even keep a stable relationship. That's sad. Bro.
All that money, but no bitches. How about
that? May your what was it again? May your L's be many and your hoes few.
Well, he brings it on himself for being a space baby dick rocket man.
Alas, and it looks like he's bringing it on himself because, as you said, 5 million people already go into Threads. And though clearly Threads has its own problems, the fact that the competition only has to do a little better, that's all it needs to do. People really underestimate how quickly the tide can turn when it comes to social media. Back in the heyday, long before Twitter was a glimmer in somebody's ballsack, everybody thought that MySpace was going to be around forever. And it may be around, but it ain't around,
But
if you know what I
around
mean.
the way we wanted it to be. Which is a great time for us to let people know that you can find the Ravens flock on Threads. We haven't posted anything there yet, but go to threads.net/the Ravens flock online.
By the way, shameless plug. Again, you're welcome.
God almighty.
Oh, Christ.
Basically, they just took, like, if you want to take, like, the design or, like, the appearance or anything, take Twitter's function, put it over an Instagram. Oh my God, it's literally in an Instagram filter.
Yeah.
It's literally filtered in via Instagram because it's an appendage to it. It's literally a filter.
Whether you're saying it's an appendage, it's like it's part of the collective.
It is part of the like a many eldritch collection of things. Like everyone must join the meta and like
become one
with
become as gods.
Become as gods. Become as gods. God Almighty! Like, I did like you were mentioning Jujutsu Kaisen over here, but one bit that I wanted to like get in on was I want to crap on people who are just nitpicking over the new anime-inspired series My Adventures with Superman. It appeared Thursday or Wednesday night on Adult Swim, and it looks fine. I don't see an issue with it, but there's still dipshits who are crapping on it just because.
My main problem is the fact that they alter Livewire's appearance way too much. She was already perfect. And Slade doesn't even look like Slade, like at all. I mean, maybe they'll look like their original forms later, but too many aesthetically different changes. Everything else, I'll give it a shot. Like I said, I have the 3 to 5 episode rule for this specifically. I'm gonna let them cook, but it better smell good by the time I'm done.
Like it'll be fine, and then like you said, as far as how they look, that's barely an issue. The characters are still the same. They're still the same.
We ran them through the Voltron filter. That's all.
Thank you for that. We ran through the Voltron filter. Like I said, I'm over here crapping on one particular like bit on it, which is people who are complaining that Clark had a suit-up sequence, a transformation sequence similar to Sailor Moon.
I almost complained about that, but then Mama Ken brought out the shorts, and I'm like, okay, you saved it.
She saved it. Yeah, no, it's like
you say because like, if that had been the only thing, I'd be like, we got a fucking problem now.
Like it's Kryptonian, like clothing or whatever. Do we really expect aliens to put on their clothing the same way that we do? No,
yes.
Man. Like, do you really expect that? Do you?
Yes.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I almost got mad, but then Mama Ken brought out the trunks, and I'm like, okay, you saved it.
Okay, yeah,
you almost fumbled it.
So he was looking New 52 / Man of Steel almost with just the unitard and no shorts or nothing.
Indeed. Looks like Struggler is one of the people who is not happy at all with the show.
Oh,
understandable, different tastes. Like I said, I saw the animation error that they really fumbled there.
What animation?
To be perfectly honest with you, Struggler, there's a point where she grabs Jimmy by the jacket, and on the next shot, Jimmy's like 3 feet away from her, but she's still holding the air. Now, like I said, my main beef is the fact that the people that worked on this also worked on She-Ra. And She-Ra, well, it didn't drop the ball. It spiked it on the ground. So I'm going to give them a shot to see if they get better. If they don't, however, I'm going to be very vindicated.
Like, just give it time. Let them cook as far as that goes. Like,
it smells a little weird, but I'm going to let them cook for this one.
Yeah, no, it really is just a matter of like let's understand they haven't fundamentally changed the characters themselves. They haven't fundamentally changed the story of how these characters interact and behave with each other. So that's literally like those elements are still key and those elements are still there. Yes, we have Kryptonian crystal power. Make up. Like listen and listen well, my fellow weebs. from the millennial generation and older. Everyone knows that Sailor Moon was everyone's first. Okay? She broke us all into this world, and we love her and thank her for it. This year, if I'm not mistaken, is like her 30th anniversary. If I'm doing it, if I'm reading it right, no,
Give or
it's a
take,
little
yes, I believe.
longer than that. It's a little longer than that. But the point is, we owe Sailor Moon our childhoods. Her and Goku in Dragon Ball Z. If those were like the two main pillars of our generation of anime. Everything that spawned out after that are like the descendants and the inheritors of that legacy. So
It doesn't help.
You could keep your Ichigos, you could keep your Shugochara, you could keep freaking what's his face? Who's the fuckers with the contracts? Fuck you. No. You can keep Shinji
Damn.
and his robot. You can keep Ichigo Kurosaki. You can keep Chainsaw Man. But every single one of them better be thanking their lucky stars to Son Goku and the wimpy little girl who's a superhero and princess of the Moon Kingdom. All right, everyone.
It did
thank
start
them.
like that. That is the one that kickstarted his popularity in the West to begin with. That being said, and I feel somewhat I'm in the middle ground right now because
1991 was when it first debuted. Well, yeah, close enough.
Thank you. See, the part that gets me is I have seen Across the Spider-Verse, and my gripes with the story aside, the animation has been breathtaking. And now that we know with knowledge born of knowing that West Studios can do a damn good job with the animation. They can do extraordinary things with animation. We just want them to live up to that potential. For the last decade, through 3 or 4 decades, anime has been consistently kicking Western's animation's ass. And we know that they have the potential to compete. I want to see them do it. I want them challenged.
I need to send you a little video thing from Movies with Mikey from the Film Joy channel.
Hey!
Yeah. There's actually a really good correlation here that I think might be an actual causation.
Good.
The myriad of different spin-off / live action / animation crossover projects that they had since Space Jam was probably the first domino that knocked everything down. Because according to the research done by Movies with Mikey, when they tried to do Looney Tunes back in action and it didn't do nearly as well as Space Jam, that basically shuttered most, if not all, of Warner Brothers' animation projects since Space Jam 2. Up to Space Jam 2. So
that
we
is
had
unfortunately
a whole
true.
year. So I would say, yeah, we kind of have Warner Brothers to thank for this shit. Because think about it.
By the way, the part where Disney actually started losing faith on its animation industry happened a little earlier than The Princess and the Frog. Did you knew that Sleeping Beauty actually underperformed?
That was back in the 60s.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
And that is the reason why when they made 101 Dalmatians, the style looked a lot rougher and sketchier because they had to switch to a cheaper form of material for the animation. So from the beginning, they ran into the, oh shit, this is really expensive to make good problem. But we know it can be done. As the Stronger says, it needs more Superman. No, that is right. We need more Superman. I'm going to wait and see. But if this is what it takes to have Western animation get its ass kicked into gear, is imitating anime, just like anime started by imitating Western animation, I'll bear with it. Just give me something good. Give me some solid writing, some decent plot, some good characterization, and I'm willing to forgive stupid shit. I'll be willing to forgive dumb shit as long as I get more good than bad. It's a high gamble, but despite the cynical trappings that wrap around my heart, even now, I still believe in truth, justice, and the American way.
Yep.
I want to believe, God damn it. I feel like God some days, just trying to lift this increasingly heavy sword. But I'm gonna try, damn it.
But as far as anime is concerned, y'all better thank Walt Disney and Osamu Tezuka and thank them for it as well.
It is true. The robot is definitely meant to look like an Evangelion. They did it in Justice League. They would not miss a chance to throw a shout-out in here, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
it's Evangelion.
Bum,
The
bum,
irony of
bum.
Evangelion being one of the most popular robots in the world, despite the fact that it's not a robot at all.
Shinji, get in the goddamn robot. But it's not a
Shinji,
robot.
please.
Get in
Shinji,
it anyway.
No, Shinji, no, I changed my mind. Get out of the robot. That is
Breathe.
bad. Shinji, stop!
Breathe its liquid. Wait, what?
No!
I'm totally
It's okay,
not a
Shinji.
bad father.
It's just like, it's like placenta fluid. This is nothing Freudian that you need to worry about.
Good grief.
Shinji, you know what? I changed my mind. Half the Earth exploded. Get out of the robot.
No, I'm going to rebuild
Shinji,
the Earth
no.
and have my girlfriend waifu with me.
Everything went worse. And then Shinji's dad goes, you know what, Shinji? I'm gonna get in the robot. And then Shinji goes, no, I'm gonna get in the robot so nobody else gets in the robot again.
Wasn't there a whole time skip? And what's her face? Asuka lost her eye in the meantime. What the fuck happened there?
He didn't lost. He got infected with an angel.
Right. I forgot. Same thing.
Yeah, the entire rebuild series boils down to Shinji getting the robot. Okay, Shinji, you do not want to get in the robot. Okay, Shinji, do not get in the robot. Shinji, stop your dad from getting the robot.
God. Anime
and then Shinji's like, no more goddamn robots.
Exactly. And then no more robots, and then fuck it, no more anything.
The fact that the last Evangelion Rebuild movie ends with Shinji hand in hand with his waifu walking onto the real world, you literally see the animation shift into real world footage, is the most contundent the end I have ever seen in my life. That being said, I still want an adaptation of Evangelion anime. I need the world to see what happens when the guy who designed the Evangelions writes Evangelion. Juan, you don't understand. I need that movie to exist because I need people to explode.
They're not gonna.
I need you. I can't. Even now, I am trying to describe what happens during Evangelion anime, and I can't. It's too crazy. Like, there is a plot. I swear to God that there is a plot, but it's a little too busy because Shinji's balls are too big, and they're dragging the plot down. This is not an exaggeration. This actually happens. Shinji becomes a superhuman.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh shit.
Bro, I was just like, what, 4 or 5 volumes? By volume 1, we're already doing fights that are crazier than anything in the original series. By volume 5, Shinji is doing space-time casualty breaking feats. I'm talking like I went from one side of the sun to the other in 0.5 seconds.
Oh shit.
This is not the craziest thing she does. Yes, Anima. No, you do not fight me on this, struggler. I need this. I need this in my life.
Clearly, Angel has gone off the deep end.
I will fight you over this. I need that stupid, insane, nonsensical book to become an adaptation. I need it.
You want it into an animation again? It's got there's no freaking way anyone's gonna be able to put up on live action for that. No way.
The best part is that Evangelion anime begins confusing because it begins at the end of Evangelion where we literally stopped it from happening, and then everything just escalates. It just flies completely into the what the hell department.
So good news, we managed to stop the world from being completely consumed and destroyed. Bad news is our main character has gained main character status.
They gave him too much main character status.
Like, wait, what do you mean too much main character? Like, listen, he is bending the laws of physics. He is tearing a hole in the fabric of reality and he's dragging his waifu out with him.
No, that happened in Volume 2 when he unlocked Zero Shift.
Oh, God damn it.
I am not joking. In Volume 2, Shinji just goes, wait a second, what if I just... And then he Zero Shifts. Dude, I'm telling you, I need to see that shit happen.
It'll be hilarious just watching how he does it. Oh my God in heaven.
Good times.
Like, obviously we're getting into our anime and our animation love over here, but you guys,
this is what we need Joe here, because we completely have derailed ourselves. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine that we derailed ourselves.
Literally Zone of the Ender shit.
But you know, like, if you actually want to catch us live in person to actually be able to discuss this stuff and get us to nerd out and geek out properly, come, and if you're in the Tampa Bay area, in Tampa, Florida, come find us this weekend at MetroCon. It's the 20th anniversary of MetroCon, and we're gonna be there the whole weekend. Myself, Jose, Angel are gonna be there. All three of us, we're gonna be at the convention, covering the con, live streaming, checking out the dealers' rooms, scurrying around. Find us, say hi, take selfies, whatever. Get Angel on his Evangelion anima rant right now, and he will entertain you for hours on end. And you don't even need to
It
put
cannot
alcohol in
be
him for that.
helped. I mustn't run away from my own variety of shit taste.
No, it's okay, Angel. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the interests and the hobbies that you're entertaining. So long as you're not, so long as you harm none, do as you will. That's one.
I have embraced the cringe, and it has passed through me. So only I remain.
But for real, like, folks, we appreciate if anyone's who's watching is local, or if they're going to this convention, we'll appreciate seeing you guys. And like I said, it worked. Like we said on the Thursday and Wednesday night on the Black Files and Wrestle Rewind. We're gonna be at MetroCon, and it's gonna be pricey just to be there. If it's within your means, and if you want to support the Ravens flock a little quicker, because I'm not gonna lie to you, here's a little bit behind the scenes, and we discussed it earlier over here. We're not like YouTube does pay out healthily, just not in a timely or convenient manner. So anything that we might have gotten in the last month or so, we're not going to get until probably the end of the month. So by then, MetroCon will already be over. But we'll need your guys' help to keep from starving. So if you want to support the Ravens flock monetarily, we have our Cash App there. We also have our PayPal on this short link right here. Tip like tiny.cc/tip TRF. It's a Stream Elements link. If you want to tip us that way, we'll appreciate it immensely. Or tip us through Cash App. We'll appreciate that as well. So it'll help out greatly. It's going to be a hell of a time. And we're making sure that Angel watches the Anime Human chess match because, my man, the lineup for the chess match this year is insane. Can I tell you, Angel?
No. Keep it a surprise.
Oh, you want me to keep
it a surprise? So okay. When I see it, I'll be even more surprised.
Okay, you sure? Because we've got some familiar faces here that I think you might enjoy. You sure?
I know, but like I said, no. Keep it a surprise. I'm gonna wait. I have a bunch of steaks aging in my fridge. I can wait.
All right. No problem there. Okay, well, I'll just letting you know you're going to shit a chicken, and I'm letting you know this now because let's just say you're going to enjoy the shall we say the political discourse that's going to be on play in this year's chess match story, if the roster is to be believed. But I'm actually gonna, since I did earlier over here, I'm going to hand the reins to Angel for a little bit because right now we're going to be getting into some of we got into our anime and our weeb stuff here, but let's get into one of our other passions here on the Ravens flock, video gaming.
That's right.
Literally, let's go ahead and hand it over to Angel and let's see what's happening in the world of the games. Give me you go ahead and get started, and I'll be right back in a second.
You will. And hello, everybody. Looks like I'll be taking over for a few seconds here while I talk about the shenanigans and the news. I'm going to keep my report short because there isn't much to say right now. But what there is to say is the fact that things moved a little too fast and a little too quickly for someone. Specifically, that someone being Yuji Naka, the once well-beloved and the creator of Sonic. As of 2 days ago or so, or actually a few days ago, it has been published and completed that Sonic creator Yuji Naka has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. The man made waves a couple of months ago, before the release of Sonic Frontiers, in fact, by revealing that he was being accused of inside trading and straight up stealing money from the company, and it looks like the accusations nailed through. According to the boys at Game & Rant, Sonic the Hedgehog's co-creator Yuji Naka has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison and has been ordered to pay, over $1.2 million in fines for his part in an inside trading scheme at Square Enix. He was first arrested in November 2022 after he was accused of purchasing shares at developers Aiming Co. with the intention of selling it at a later date. As you know, this is what legal papers call a bad thing. So this resulted in quite a bit of a stir online, specifically after the announcement of Sonic Frontiers came out to mostly positive to overwhelmingly positive reception, especially those boss fights. Christ, that music. It actually turned into a horrible joke between me and my friends that every time this man gets accused of a crime, the Sonic franchise gets better. Mean,
terrible. It's
I
kinda
know, but
depressing,
it keeps happening.
But it,
Yeah, Yuji Naka is one of the co-creators of the long-lived and well-known Sonic the Hedgehog series, and the former president of Sonic Team at Sega. He made a name for himself thanks to his work on Phantasy Star, Burning Rangers, and the classic Nights into Dreams. He left Sega in 2006, and then he joined Square Enix to work in Balan Wonderworld, which was a complete flop. Absolute disaster. Shit fell down and exploded harder than Hiroshima. It was terrible.
that's a nightmare.
Before he was accused of violating Japan's financial instruments in the Exchange Act, he claimed that he was considered retirement. In other words, oh man, I worked so hard on video games. Time for me to quit video games. Oh boy, where is all this money coming from? Unfortunately, according to the Japanese site Abima Times, prosecutors in the Tokyo district of the court demanded that Naka go to prison for 2.5 years and pay over $1.2 million for his involvement in the insider trader scheme at Square Enix. You know, just in case Square Enix didn't shit the bed hard enough with all that NFT nonsense.
Right.
His defense has called for his prison sentence and fine to be reduced, but the final decision was given on July the 7th. The prosecutors reportedly telling the court that Naka has shown no remorse and that the crime was committed on a strong criminal intent.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Like, I'm actually looking at this little photo they have of him here. That is like the
Sonic goes to prison.
That is a smug motherfucker there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't...
Stroglord. You gotta follow the pattern. Every time something bad happens to this man, the Sonic franchise gets better. So that means that Sonic 3 is going to be the best one of them all.
God almighty. Oh, the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie would Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yes, and you're right, Lorraine. Normally, people do buy stocks with the idea of selling them later, but apparently there are some rules about exactly what stocks you can buy, and apparently buying and selling your own stocks is extremely illegal, because you're basically drinking from your own supply. You're stacking the deck in your favor. You're only allowed to gamble in the way that we tell you to gamble.
Yeah, well, it's like, that's how it's actually supposed to work. Like, listen, if you're working for your company, you're not allowed to use the advantage of the inside knowledge that you have of your company to buy and sell your company's stocks just to profit yourself. That's horseshit. And so it also stands to wonder, like, oh, well, these smaller developers, they're not technically my company. Like, yeah, except for the fact that you have this contract, XYZ, ABC. There are rules. We live in a society. There are rules, damn it. We're not animals. Follow the rules, God damn it, you'll be fine. But no, motherfucker couldn't even keep it on straight enough in order to profit over the amazing success that he had as being one of the co-creators of Sonic the Hedgehog, for crying out loud. It wasn't good enough for him. Bullshit.
Alas, it was not. By the way, on a slow segue, congratulations to Yoshi P and his team. Final Fantasy XVI has sold a total of more than 3 million copies, despite the fact that it was only released on PlayStation 5 so far. By comparison, Street Fighter 6, despite a very strong showing and coming out on every platform known to man except the Switch, has sold 2 million copies. Still respectable numbers, but congrats to Yoshi P and his team for once again saving Square Enix's ill-fated and well-earned shitty reputation. Going into more detail here, Naka reportedly bought a total of 130,000 shares in A Team and Aiming Co. before the developers announced a partnership with Square Enix for 2 mobile games, Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier, and Dragon Quest Tact. His action is against Japan's Financial Instrumentality and Exchange Act, resulting in him being arrested twice on suspicion of insider trading. This happened 2 times. And he reportedly made a profit of $146,000 thanks to this illegal practice. Back in March 2023, he outright admitted to claims of the financial impropriety, claiming that he netted from the eventual sale of those stocks.
So yeah, he knew what was going to happen. He knew that A-Team and Aiming were going to start working partnerships with Square Enix, so he intentionally... like, right before the announcement was made publicly, he intentionally freaking went and bought stock in them. That is illegal. That's insider knowledge.
You're not supposed to stack the deck. Only the house can stack the deck. This is, however, not the first time something like this has happened, as the Swedish publisher and developer Starbreeze Studios was recently busted for using confidential information to profit financially. Also, Microsoft's controversial deal with, once again, Activision goddamn Blizzard is under investigation.
If you and Jose were here, I'd have marshmallows to roast right now.
Thank you. Due to accusations of insider trading, Barry Diller, Alexander Forstenbach, and David Geffen has been investigated for the illegal practices. So far, no serious implications. But this is Blizzard, so we know it's going to be bad.
We're going to freaking we're roasting marshmallows tomorrow. I don't give a damn. We're just going to roast it.
We'll need them for the Vanquish Marathon.
We are going to. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun tomorrow afternoon.
Speaking of fun, you know what was fun before, Juan?
What?
Rooster Teeth. They were fun once. Remember when they were fun?
I remember when they were fun. I got to become friends with Kathleen Zulch, the voice actress of Tex.
Yeah, she was cool. Everybody was cool at Rooster Teeth. And then we find out that things were not, in fact, cool at Rooster Teeth. And yes, Struggler, no, we cannot do the Blizzard drinking game. We do that, I will develop long-term alcoholism. I don't know.
Listen,
like
we're trying to fish Jose out of the hospital right now. Jose is not
indeed.
going to be drinking, okay, man? Relax.
But we will be drinking soon, because yet again, the studio known as Peter Smaller has decided that they are not quite through destroying everything that we love. As you know, recently they come under some social controversy over the fact that Volume 9 of Ruby was a goddamn dumpster fire for anybody not named John, who became literally the only good character by virtue of not being written like the other characters. And the less said about what happened with Red vs. Blue, the better. So anyway, let's talk about Red vs. Blue. We are about to get a final season of it. According to the boys at Game Rant, Rooster Teeth has announced that the long-running Halo web series, which was the one that basically put them on the map in the first place, might in fact be getting a final season. They have announced that they're about to get the final conclusion, and they've been making some big changes over the last few years. And the cancellation of the show apparently is the end of yet another era. Now, the creators originally started this series by syncing up in-game footage with their audio and voiceovers to create their own comedic story. It popularized an entire medium
of machinima.
But Machinima became one of the biggest channels because of that. By the way, those of you, go watch The Rise and Fall of Machinima. It's a fascinating documentary.
It really is.
Now, the last series, Red vs. Blue Zero, aired back in 2020. Jesus Christ. Apparently, this is called Red vs. Blue Restoration, and it will see the return of Bernie Burns, Gus Sorolla, Jeff Ramsey, and Matt Holmberg in the roles of Church, Simmons, Griff, and Sarge. They were absent from Zero. However, it is started that the characters are going back. And strangely, despite the fact that Bernie left Rooster Teeth in 2020, he's coming back to what seems to be the swan song. They didn't quite say when it's going to arrive, but it will be interesting to see exactly what they plan to do, because there is a rumor running around that the writers plan to ignore everything that happened after season 14. We are literally retconning this crap.
Oh, thank goodness, because they really did mess up a lot of crazy shit after that. That would be the chorus arc, right? And then they time traveled, so
yep.
Screw it.
Yep. So it is implied that they're basically going to turn the clock back and supposedly try to give it a good conclusion. And I'm like, you guys have one chance to fix it. And yes, Struggler, homophobic Ruby wasn't hilarious. It was the only good thing that came out of Ruby season 9.
Even that was really messed up because, Ruby had so much potential to grow into something original, but the only thing that is even worth a damn in Ruby anymore, in terms of the franchise, the story, is the action music. Not even the action itself.
Just the music. They fumbled the choreography so bad. But yeah, it looks like they're basically going, guys, please, we need the money to greenlight Volume 10. Guys, we're dying. I am literally feeding my children with the scraps of my own skin and my toenails. We need this money. We're a small, insignificant indie company that joined with Warner Brothers. Please, we're going to bring them back. I promise you.
Weren't they bought out by AT&T and then Warner Brothers?
Yes, but everybody forgets that AT&T exists. I do
AT&T,
too.
they are literally the worst.
They are just kind of there sometimes. The best you can say about them, they exist.
They exist. It's sort of like what I had to say this past Thursday with Booker T being on commentary. All I had to say was, Booker T, you're an excellent wrestler.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not
Can't really say anything else besides that, can we?
No. Like other than that, like, please don't give him a microphone anymore. But that's beside
exactly.
The
beside the point, indeed. Looks like yes, we might in fact get a final season from Red versus Blue that might do the impossible and give the show a good ending. All they have to do is ignore a whole goddamn third of the show.
That's terrible, though, man. That's depressing that they had to do that. But at the same time, it's like, guys, they like the entire fact that Red versus Blue was germinated out of friends goofing off while playing Halo. The DNA of the Halo franchise intertwining here with Red versus Blue is kind of tough to separate.
Yes. Struggler, thank you for reminding me of those excellent news. Yes, brief, small segue.
No!
A1.
No!
A1.
No! No!
Wonderful. Fantastic Justice League plus Ruby.
No! Please. Where the hell did everybody go? See, the moment we start talking about Ruby, half of the audience went bye-bye. Go figure.
Yeah, no, that crap is getting a sequel. So once we're done watching the first part, I'm going to sail the 7 seas and acquisition the second part. This is not hate watching. This is... What the hell is this?
Research.
Let's call it that. I'm doing it for science. I want to see how much worse it can get. So, yeah, Struggler, we will be checking out the second part of that horrible film
Justice League
in the
X
future.
Ruby crossover.
Man, I feel so bad for Monty. His creation deserved better than this.
Monty Ohm is looking down from his palatial estate in heaven and basically like...
You know what makes me, the fact that makes me laugh about Ruby, one in particular, it had a couple of manga adaptations, fairly short, just a few volumes, different artists, of course. One of the things that Monty did is, like, he wanted his girls to remain wholesome. So as a result, no underwear and no beach episodes. The manga artist, on the other hand, just went, nah, dog,
We need a
beach episode now!
It's not a proper anime without a beach episode.
Also, hilariously, despite that Ruby is herself all but asexual, in the manga, she's strangely fixated on the idea of romance. She keeps imagining romantic situations almost immediately. And when the dance is approaching, she considers asking John, but then she thinks about Piran. Yeah, she considers asking John out because he's her first friend there. And she goes, but wait. Pyrrha likes John, and she starts having a freak out, imagining a romantic love triangle.
Oh my freaking god! Well,
it was adorable.
At least it's within. At least while it's weird and it doesn't really make sense, at least it's consistent to her character. They made her.
It is. She's a bit of a spaz.
As hell. So yeah. So
remember when she used to love weapons?
What's up?
Remember when she used to be like a huge weapon geek?
Yeah, me neither.
Pepper Ridge Farmers remembers.
Pepper Ridge Farm remembers. Like,
God.
I think you've got one more thing that we've got to bring up.
Right.
I think it's some good news or not.
No, it's about Blizzard.
Fuck.
God you know I am never going to have that news about that.
Quit being camera shy. Jose, quit being dying and get your ass over here so we can roast some marshmallows, man. Look, the little photo from the Game Rant article that you sent me has a campfire. They're setting us up.
Isn't that funny? So we got another issue with Diablo 4 recently. This is not in the article, by the way. I just found out about this. There was an hour and a half of a developer's, interview with YouTube, which was less of an interview and more of a dick-sucking circle session, where they talked about the changes and updates and all the shenanigans that are happening with Diablo 4, which I must remind our beloved listeners is always online with all that it
Live
entails.
services.
Live service. So
I
they
can't roll my
spent
eyes.
about 36 to 40 of those minutes talking about Diablo Immortal. So that's about a third of the running time wasted on garbage. And they drop a bunch of words about a new class and a new quest and a new whatever. But ultimately, it turns out that they didn't fix a damn thing. And the game's biggest problem still continues. As of recently, as you know, Diablo 4, being a looter slasher, has a huge amount of collection of weapons and armors for every class. But, well, you know, more often than not, you end up getting more loot that you don't want. Stuff to sell, disassemble, that kind of thing. You know how these games work,
Yeah.
right? So the weapons in armor in Diablo are in 7 categories: common, magic, rare, legendary, unique, sacred, and ancestral tier, which depends on the player's world tier, with tier 4 being one of the highest, dropping the most powerful equipment. Simple formula, you know, increase the difficulty, increase the quality of drops.
Right.
Basic shit. For most of the end game, unique items are the ones that players grind for. However, there is, get this, in a game with thousands of types of weapons and armor, there is only 54 unique items across all the 5 classes of Diablo 4, and apparently they have some of the most punishing drop rates of the entire franchise. You can grind for hours and hours and get nothing.
Wow.
There should be at minimum 50 to 100 unique items per class based on the old Diablo games. Only 6 or 7. Also, there's barely any balanced stats and reasonable drop rates, so that the grind is always tedious. And you're not going to believe this shit. Diablo 4 doesn't have an option to filter items.
Filter items, what does that mean? For anyone who doesn't
That
speak
means-
video gaming.
That means that you cannot just choose to pick up a certain brand of loot. When you kill a boss, an entire mountain of goddamn loot explodes out of them.
Right.
So either you pick everything up and sort it, or you slowly walk all over the place trying to make sure your cursor lands on the one piece of equipment that you actually want to pick up.
Otherwise,
comparison-
you end up picking up a bunch of shit you don't need.
Exactly. For comparison, Grim Dawn, which is why I recommend to everybody that wants to play a better game, has the exact same mechanic as Diablo, but you can just go to the menu and go, I don't want to see this type of loot, and it won't even show up on screen when it drops.
Then what would be the problem over here then? Like, because I'm over here trying to figure out. Yeah, no, like, okay, no, it was taking me a second to process it all, but like, no, this shit makes sense, and this shit don't make sense. Okay.
Yeah, you have to literally grab whatever drops and then sort it out instead of just go, hey, game, I just want to see when this loot drops. Oh, and here's the biggest ball kick of them all. Recently, well-known streamer and YouTuber Asmongold found himself on the verge of quitting Diablo 4 because he found out that because this game is a live service, the world level syncs to the players. So you can have level 1 players doing as much damage as level 30 players. Or more
Now, what's
because of the
fucking
scaling.
point? If they're that,
Remember, $70.
I can understand that price point for the new Final Fantasy VII remake thing coming out with 2 discs on there.
$70.
I can understand that costing like $70 or $80. You're getting 2 discs worth of content. I get that. But this is just a one game, and it's not even set up in a way that can work for you.
Nothing is worth $70 at this point. Not even this specifically. So yeah, the game somehow has more problems than most of the other games of the franchise, less features than most of the other games of the franchise, less bosses, less playing classes than the majority of the games of the franchise, less loot than the majority of the games of the franchise. And remember, if the servers go down when you're playing on hardcore mode, all of your progress is gone. Forever. $70, baby. All of this, it just works.
Oh my god.
And that is the end of the news for today.
Oh my god, Angel. that was depressing. That was
Apologies.
depressing as hell.
But it's okay. Because at least tomorrow we can lift their spirits with something better.
That's true. Tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we, the Ravens Flock, are officially kicking Twitch to the curb. By the way, Twitch, we see you. We see how you guys keep our freaking... We have 89 followers on Twitch. We put notices to everyone. We let people know that we advertise on both Twitch and YouTube, and y'all ain't been doing shit for us on Twitch this entire freaking time. And so, it is with a heavy heart that we will be kicking Twitch to the curb starting tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Ladies, gentlemen, and friends in between, we, the Ravens Flock, invite you to our third subathon of the year, the Ravens Flock Kickoff Subathon, where Angel will be playing us through one of his favorite games, Vanquish, on the PlayStation 4. And if you're new to Kick, this will be a perfect time to to introduce yourself to the Ravens Flock, since this will be our debut. We're kicking it up to a new level. I'm throwing in as many kick puns as I can because Aze's not here, but that's not the point. The point is, if you're on Kick, come follow us on Kick, kick.com/theravensflock, just like our YouTube channel, youtube.com/theravensflock. So this is not just any kind of regular subathon. We're going to be kicking things up to a new level. We're going to be getting as many folks to subscribe to us on YouTube and on Kick as possible. So we're counting on every single one of you to help spread the word. If you're not on Kick yet, create a Kick account and join us there anyway. Even if it's just for a couple hours, we want to make sure that what wasn't being done for us on Twitch, we can get done on Kick. We're thankful to every one of you guys for joining us here on YouTube, but we cannot just stay on one pond, even if it's the biggest pond in the whole yard. We want to expand. This is going to be a big moment for our team, for our channel, for all the work that we've been doing in the Ravens Flock. And so we're going to be simulcasting on YouTube and Kick moving forward. So this is the last time you're going to be hearing us on Twitch. So Twitch, fuck you. How dare you? God almighty. Angel, I know this is one of your favorite games of all time. For anyone who doesn't know anything about Vanquish, can you give them a little bit of a summary of what it's about before we actually get into the game proper?
For those of you who don't know, it is Platinum Games' experimentation with an arcade title, fairly short game but very fun, somewhat on the difficult side, third-person shooter with slowdown and rocket slide mechanics. You see, this game is, in fact, despite what many people will say, it has a very deep and complex story of what happens when you hire Hillary Clinton into power, which results in the Russians attacking and destroying the entire city of San Francisco. So we team up with Fidel Castro, voiced by Steve Blum, and then we go to invade that shit and shoot the motherfuckers in the face. So I guess the point I'm trying to say is this is a very, very important game about the difficulties of game design, the beauty of third-person shooting, and the folly of putting women in positions of power.
Jesus, dude. I can hear
you think I'm joking?
I can hear your knees getting soggier as they go. Holy
Never.
crap.
My knees are dry and well moisturized.
Those are soggy knees, Angel. I swear to God.
I've been standing on like pool deep water all day. Give me a break. By the way, do you know that my pool apparently has like a salt filter that isn't the attachable part?
What?
Yeah, I just found out. There's this huge like section of the plastic pipes that you can just unscrew, and you gotta like clean that with acid and water every month or so because the detritus accumulates. I just found out about it.
That is so weird. Oh,
I know.
God.
What the hell?
Well,
that's more crap I gotta put up with, I suppose.
Aaron Cooper saying like that's rude. Like, okay, we know that, like, you know that we're joking. It's all part of the.
We're joking.
Yes, Angel, it's a freaking.
You
joke.
sure? Because the game isn't.
No.
You think I'm kidding? You guys think I'm exagerating for humorous effect?
Oh
you have no idea.
Dude, chill.
Wait
That's
until we
why
get to this
Jose
game.
Needs to be here to help rein Angel his 4chan brain and keep it under control. Dear God.
No, you think I'm making a joke. You just wait until we play the game. By the time I'm done, all of you will agree with me.
Oh, dear God, man. Oh, oh Lord. Well, in any case, like, this is sort of like we're giving folks a taste of what every little bit of the news that we're talking about, every single little bit that we do here on our channel you're getting a sample of it tomorrow afternoon. So we're getting an element of Los Amigos play with Angel giving us a playthrough of Vanquish. You're going to be getting a little bit of the rest of our programming, which is Wrestle Rewind, the Black Files, and our main show, The Ravens Flock, because we're not just going to keep talking about the game, because, hey, you got to rest your thumbs at some point or another. We're going to stop in the middle of and have ourselves a lunch break, but we are definitely...
You underestimate the power of my thumbs. I will eat with my feet.
Like, the point is, we're going to like also spread news in the world of nerding pop culture, whether it's a busy week, a slow week, or even a dead week. There's always something new happening in the world of nerding pop culture over here. Jose's usually the main man. He holds it down for us, and he's trying to send me messages, but they're all audio messages, so I can't listen to them. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna try a thing over here. Give me just a minute. I'm putting on my Bluetooth earbuds and I want to listen to Jose. Okay, they're just updates over here.
Okay, hopefully he's doing well.
Okay. They did EKG and CAT scans, and it looks like everything's turning out okay so far. Okay, we'll pick up the rest of it. I'll pick up the rest of it, and we'll give you guys a little health update for Jose after the show. We'll put out a little quick little YouTube short, and we'll tag this episode.
Do let me know how is he doing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Angel, I'm gonna forward you what Jose sent me so you can tell. But that's for your consumption, not for us live on air. This is just between family over here right now. So we appreciate every single one of you guys. After MetroCon, after this coming weekend, where we're gonna be out and about, we do have to step out of our little bubble, our four walls. We have to get out of our gaming holes and gremlin corners every now and then, and interact with the world at large. So we're gonna be at MetroCon next weekend, but after next weekend, we're gonna jump right back into Angel's mainstay show, Los Amigos Play. And why don't you fill people in on what we're doing on Los Amigos Play normally, Angel?
Why, what we do is that we play video games because we are friends and we play video games with our friends. And this time we have a new friend. The one known as Toy Slasher, my little brother, will be joining us as he becomes the temporary host and drives us to the foggy, dumpty, water-damaged landfill known as New Jersey. Actually,
it's Pennsylvania, but they call it Silent Hill 2.
Oh, right, Silent Hill 2. Yeah, we're playing that too, I guess.
You dorks. No, but we're right now we're in the middle of a playthrough of Silent Hill 2, courtesy of Toy Slasher on the OG PlayStation 2. We're not playing an emulator. We're not playing a freaking on like a PS3 or PS4 downloaded version. It's a fully functional PlayStation 2, not the slim one either. The big ass one. The big
This
one.
Is the real deal. We have to kill people for this.
The first generation PlayStation 2 with the little logo thingy that you could switch sideways if you want to keep your console vertical, like a boss.
Indeed.
And with Angel...
The way it was done with the olden years.
And when Jose is back in full health and back with us, hopefully by tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and get in with his favorite milieu, Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern with his show, Wrestle Rewind, where he discusses and reviews the best of the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That's WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. We actually people give Impact Wrestling a lot of crap because it's just like such a low tier. It's like a nuclear cockroach in terms of pro wrestling. Is like no matter how much bad crap happens to that company, it never goes away. People give it a lot of crap, but you got to give the devil its due. It is probably the best American professional wrestling promotion in terms of promoting its women. And it's the Knockouts division on there, because they have the Knockouts tag champions and they have the Knockouts champion right now. Every single one of the women who fight there are hard as fucking balls, and their big pay-per-view that's coming up, Impact Wrestling Slammiversary, has one of my favorite kind of matches, the Ultimate X match, where what they do is they have 4 gigantic posts against on the outside of the ring, with ring ropes stretched out corner to corner. So you have a gigantic X on them and the X Division Championship hanging in between them. So the objective is simple. You're not allowed to use a ladder, but if you're able to climb up the posts in order to grab onto those to that cable rope and grab the X Division Championship match from there, you win. But you're fighting with 5 other guys in there, so you better believe it's going to be fun in order to have that sort of competition. Angel, I know you're not big on wrestling, but I know you know good entertainment. So trust me when I say it's definitely
bread and
worth it.
circuses, my friend. Bread and circuses.
Did I miss this over here? Struggler was saying, I never thought I'd say this. I would watch Snyder's Justice League again over Justice League Ruby.
Yeah. I mean, when you give me a movie that is 1.5 hours and only 17 minutes of it are good, it's kind of a failure of the writer, if you ask me. But that's okay. We'll get to see an even bigger failure very soon. You will not escape this one.
I will run away.
You will not.
Run
I
kicking
will.
and screaming.
I will have your wife sit on you. I swear to God.
Angel, number 1, that's not a threat. That's a dream, and I enjoy those moments. Okay? So, and number 2, what my wife and I do in the privacy of my room is none of your business. And number 3, you had, like, our friend Julie from Nerd Report. She's in Arizona right now, and is at a horror convention with Nerd Report, with Andy Signor, and with the gang over there. And she's tried out pineapple pizza for the first time. And they had to drag her kicking and screaming because, like, no self-respecting Italian eats pineapple on pizza. When Steph the Alter Nerd, who is also a self-respecting Italian, she's like, I got no problem with pineapple on pizza, bitch. You're just picky.
And now her entire family has disowned her. Italians are a belligerent.
She had one slice. She had
one slice, and she declared that the West has fallen. Millions must die.
She had one slice, and she's like, this is horrible. Do I have to finish the slice? Everyone in the chat was saying, like, Julie, just finish the one slice. You're already a hero for winning, for taking the jump. Just trying new things. It's okay. Just finish this. Like,
I will go to war with other countries to defend the integrity of pineapple pizza. Listen, I don't give a shit what country they were born into. Fun fact, pineapple pizza was the first pizza I ever had when I came to this country.
Then you're a true American, Angel.
Exactly. I will take your food and I will violate every procedure of his feeding to make it more American.
I already scared the hell out of Julie and Andy and everyone over there last night when I told them, like, listen, you guys are all listen, I'm American enough that I'll eat anchovies and pineapple on my pizza. I don't give a damn. Anchovies, all that is just super salty fish. That's it.
Yeah.
I've had anchovies.
I mean, when you get down to it.
I've had anchovies on their own. They're fine. They're just really salty. That's all it is. Ain't no.
I had them a couple of times. I didn't hate them, but the aftertaste was a little too strong for me. Personally, if I'm gonna go for fish, I prefer something with a softer palate, like salmon or yellowtail. Ooh. I love yellowtail. Yellowtail is great.
Yellowtail is great. Oh my god! Imagine if you had salmon on your pizza, though.
Okay, we gotta stop before, like, Steph declares wars against the U.S. every time she hears us talk about pizza.
You know what? Steph might actually be fine with that because, like, hey, no, salmon tastes good. But she'll probably be down with that. And, of course, you start your week off with my program, The Black Files, the uncensored interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. I'm sorry that you weren't able to be with us this past Wednesday, Angel, but your place was taken with our special guest, Zoe Van West, who's the premier singing attraction at MetroCon this year.
Nice. Looking forward to seeing her.
To wrap up. And we talked about MetroCon, which is the next weekend. We talked about her experiences, our experiences together. It was just like a nice big love fest, talking to an old friend and getting to see her. Dude, she looked badass over here. She had this awesome, like, hot pink ravecore wig on, and she just, wow. It's like, it's going to be so much fun. K-Storm is angry at me. She wants me to wrap up. And of course...
all right, we're done.
And of course, you have our main program, which is this show, The Ravens Flock, normally hosted by the three kings, the three a-holes in front of a camera, the Motley Crew of Nerds, where we talk about the latest news in nerd and pop culture, and whether we're at conventions, live on streaming platforms, gaming, talking about news, or trying to bring awareness to something. Everything that we've done has stemmed from our initiative since 2013 to make your voice,
Your voice.
our mission.
mission.
So I'm going to go ahead and plug us away, folks. Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted normally by Jose Casabona. Wish him well. He'll be home tomorrow, guarantee. Angel Mendez, yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you the latest news in the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. Working hard, staying true to ourselves, and making your voice our mission. Join us live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and starting next week on Kick. So screw you, Twitch, you asshole. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell, become an inner flocker, and until next time, continue to follow us on. Actually, you know what? I gotta fix this over here, because this... Nope.
One day without something screwing up.
No.
Just one.
I have to fix
Please.
one thing. Here it is. There it is. So continue to follow us on. Until next time, Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring this tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock. So, for Angel Mendez and Jose Casabona, I am Juan Arouse. This has been the Ravens Flock, and we are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.